Now we're rolling. All right. All right. It is 6:31. We will call the August council meeting to order at this time. At this time, we'll have the clerk call the roll.
Beeman,
Here.
Reckelberg,
Aye.
Schley,
Aye.
Dunbar,
Here.
Debates,
Here.
Anderson, Sikowitz,
Here.
Norell,
Here.
Cummings,
Here.
8 present.
Thank you. This time, will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could then remain standing for a prayer by our council president, Mike Cummings, followed by a moment of silence for Alderman Jim Bry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we come before you today with heavy hearts as we remember and honor our friend and colleague, Alderman Jim Bry. For more than 3 decades, he faithfully served the people of District 4 with dedication, integrity, and compassion. Lord, we are grateful for the years we shared with him, for his wisdom, his leadership, and his unwavering commitment to this community. We ask that you comfort his family, friends, and all who mourn his passing. Surround them with your peace that passes all understanding. May we, as a council, honor his legacy by serving with the same dedication and heart that he brought to this chamber for so many years. At this time, we will pause for a moment of silence to reflect on his life and service. Rest in peace, Alder Bry, as you shine down on us from the council in heaven. Amen.
Amen. Very well said, Council President Cummings. Appreciate it. And if anyone knows Jim, he would definitely want us to continue on with our city government, city business. So thank you. We have one presentation this evening. That is the clerk administering the oath of office to firefighter paramedic Brian Feldman, followed by badge pinning. So firefighter paramedic Brian Feldman, if you and your family would like to come up, along with any other members of the Manitowoc Fire and Rescue Department, we will have the clerk give the oath.
All right, whenever you're ready, please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Brian Feldman,
I, Brian Feldman,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of firefighter paramedic for the city of Manitowoc
of firefighter paramedic for the city of Manitowoc
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Brian, can I just collect your signature right there, please? I'll take care of the rest.
Congratulations. That is our only presentation, so we'll move item G, no public hearings. We'll move to item H, public input. If there's anyone here from the public wishing to speak on anything germane to the business of the city of Manitowoc, you may do so at this time. Anyone interested in speaking for public input? Going once, twice. We'll close public input. We'll move to appointments. I have four appointments to the Visit Manitowoc Board: Amy Meyer, Samantha Hamill, Greg Vadney, and Kevin Cullen. I'd look for a motion to approve the appointments.
So, second.
Motion by Alder Schley and second by Alder Cummings. All right, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. We'll move to item J, consent agenda. Is there anything to be removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, then I'd look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. We will then move to item K, committee reports. We'll start with Committee of the Whole, Council President Mike Cummings.
All right, for item number 25-0608, we'll move for the adoption of the committee report. Oh, I'm sorry, the clerk has the documents.
You can read it.
We have document 608, which is a settlement agreement between Walmart Stores, Inc. and the City of Manitowoc. Committee returns same, recommending to approve proposed settlement agreement and direct staff to execute documents as necessary.
Council pleasure on this report.
Move for the adoption of the committee report, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Anything else? Council President Cummings.
That does conclude our business for the committee of the whole, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Move then to the Finance Committee and Alderman Eric Sitkowitz is chair.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Clerk has the documents, and to honor Alder Bry this evening, who is notorious to speak on every document, I will be doing the same.
We have document 565, which is a second amendment to the City of Manitowoc TID number 22 Development Agreement with River Landing Developers LLC. Committee returns same, recommending to instruct Community Development to develop an amendment to the development agreement.
Councilor pleasure on this report.
Move to adopt the committee's report, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Motion and a second to discussion. Alderman Sitkowitz.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a second amendment to a document to amend the original document to hopefully spur some development on the River Point District in the city of Manitowoc.
Alderman Bry would have kept talking.
I know, that is true.
He would have read probably the entire document. Okay, there's any further discussion? Seeing none, then all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 604 is a resolution authorizing a Harbor Assistance Program grant application on behalf of Burger Boat Company. Committee returns same, recommending to adopt the resolution.
Council pleasure on this resolution.
Move to adopt the committee's report, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Alderman Sitkowitz.
This was a resolution that did not make it in time for the committee meeting, so the committee did not have an opportunity to act on it. However, it's an application where for the grant application, the city is acting as a conduit for a grant for the Burger Boat Company.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 611 is a resolution authorizing submission of the fiscal year 2025 USDOT MARAD PIDP grant application on behalf of Breeze Malt and Ingredients Company Corporation and Grain Shore LLC. Committee returns same, recommending to adopt the resolution.
Council pleasure on this resolution.
Move for the adoption of the committee's report, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Alderman Sitkowitz.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, this is another document a resolution that the committee did not have an opportunity to get in front of them at their meeting. However, it's an application for a grant where the city acts as a conduit for Breeze Malt and Ingredient Company.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, then all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Anything else, Alderman Sitkowitz?
That does complete the Finance Committee's business this evening. The next Finance meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, the 2nd, at 5:30 in council chambers. But before we close out, I would like to take an opportunity to do one last thing. At some of our finance meetings, when we had very long budget meetings, Alder Bry would take a little red bell and just ring it just to kind of change the mood of budget meetings, because we know they can get long, tedious, boring, and are really a heck of a lot of fun at times. So he lost the red bell at one time, so I made him this red bell as a replacement. And he was very proud of that little red bell. He was very surprised that I could actually do that, but I did. And I found it in his drawer this evening, so I'm going to ring it one last time and retire it. It'll officially go away. But that's be the way we'll close out our Finance Committee report tonight, so.
Thank you, Alderman Sitkowitz. We'll move back to you with the Personnel Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The clerk has the documents.
We have document 596, which is a resolution for seasonal employment of supervisory personnel relatives. Committee returns same, recommending to adopt the resolution.
Council pleasure on this resolution.
Move to adopt the committee's report.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Does require a roll call vote.
Never mind.
I was warned by the clerk this morning that you're going to do that to me, so I was prepared. Any discussion? Now we'll have the clerk call the roll then.
Beeman.
Aye.
Reckelberg.
Aye.
Schley.
Aye.
Dunbar.
Aye.
DeBates.
Aye.
Sikowitz.
Aye.
Norrell.
Aye.
Cummings.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously.
Document 613 is a resolution to revise the employee policy manual. Committee returns same, recommending to adopt the resolution.
Council, your pleasure on this resolution.
Move for the adoption of the committee's report, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Oh, Beer.
I'm sorry, Alderman Reckelberg. I'm sorry.
I don't have any problem with any article in there for the change, except for maybe Article 8, where it's the change for the approval process and oversight committee to department head for travel, I guess. And my understanding, it would be for the out-of-state travel is why it's being requested. And I don't understand what the problem with the current policy is, that they go for out-of-state travel to the parent committee so that they're aware of it, I guess. When I reviewed the personnel committee, I was waiting for a debate or a discussion on it, and the only thing said about this item was, well, we approve them all anyway, so why not? And to me, that's not a good enough reason to change the policy. I would hope that, I'm not sure what the official motion was, but I would move that Article 8 be stricken from the change, all other items being the same. And if our attorney would put the proper words forward for me, I'd appreciate it. In other words, everything is okay with me except for the Article 8 change.
Okay, so that's a motion to amend.
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second by debates. So we are now discussing this specific section, which was added to include language, basically removing that any employee who goes out of state is required to get personnel committee approval. That's what we're discussing. I will start with Alderman Dunbar because I had your hand up, correct? And then we'll go down the line here. So Alderman Dunbar.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the original, when we spoke about this, we basically brought up the fact that the travel is covered under the budget and that we anticipate certain things under the budget, which this committee and the finance all reviews and approves. So really all this is doing is bringing something to committee for a second time for the same thing. And obviously any changes to that budget within the year, i.e. we're adding extra that's gonna take us out of budget or something like that, would still be brought in due to there's a budget. So really that's what it was this is, by having to see it at the council every time or at the committee, we're just approving something twice. And that's what we're trying to get away from, just everything being talked about twice. So that's all I had, just for a little further explanation.
Thank you. Alderman Sitkowitz.
Yeah, I was just going to defer to Alderman Norrell on this. He was acting chair that evening for the committee meeting, so he would be able to provide any further detail to that.
Sounds good. Alderman Norrell.
Yeah, and I would agree with Alder Dunbar. Really the understanding is these are approved budgeted items. If it's an issue of out-of-state versus in-state, I guess me personally, didn't see an issue if it's a budgeted item per policy that it could be approved and it wouldn't have to come in front of committee each time.
Correct. Yeah, because the way it stands right now is if there's a conference in Green Bay, it doesn't have to go to any committee if it's budgeted for. The employee can just go because it's in-state. So yeah, the point is, what's the difference if it's already budgeted for, that you have to come in for out-of-state? So. Alderman Norrell.
And it does state, the way the policy is written is that the out-of-state travel form still has to be filled out and submitted to finance for approval within that budget.
I believe with supervisor too. Still supervisor approval for that as well, I believe.
It says the employee's department head,
So yeah.
the employee must complete the form.
Yeah, so any employees, there's still that process too of a management employee still approving the travel. So we're still on this discussion. Alderman Reckelberg.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand your explanation, but just because it's approved in the budget, if you look at the budget, you cannot tell whether it's in-state or out-of-state. The line items in the budget are strictly mileage / commercial travel, meals, lodging. There's no differentiation between in-state and out-of-state. I look at the out-of-state a little bit differently, perhaps. At the county level, you were given all in-state and out-of-state travel as part of the budget, and that's not the case in our budget process. I look at it as it's just another way of auditing and/or reviewing what's going on. Occasionally, there'll be a report or something, maybe once in a while, on the news about something happening, and believe it or not, I'll get a constituent call and say, explain this to me. Well, if it came to committee, at least I would have a little background in it. That's, it's just a way of keeping up on those things. I know a lot of municipalities have out-of-state travel, but it is a big enough deal that they have it come to a committee and/or an elected official anyway. And that's all I want. That's my say, I guess. My amendment probably will fail, but at least I had my 2 cents worth.
Thank you. I mean, you make a good point. I think really what it boils down to is just streamlining it a little more so employees don't have to go to another committee to get an approval when a committee meets once a month or whatever. And you're right, Alderman Reckelberg, too. Sometimes the numbers aren't even in the budget because some conferences are paid for by outside funds. Sometimes you get grants or other ways that employees travel because they're going to a conference and it's paid for, or this, that, or the other, or canine training down in Kentucky or wherever it is, is somewhat reimbursed by outside sources. So yeah, 100% of the dollars. I think the point here is if it's covered financially and you're not asking the taxpayers for more than what you budgeted, that it can just be streamlined internally to allow that travel. So fair points, though. Very fair points. Any further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, then all of those for the amendment for removing that language.
Aye.
2 ayes and against?
No.
So the remainder, okay, so the motion fails 2-8. We're back now to the original motion. Alderman Reckelberg.
Well, at least I was right on one thing, it would fail, so. Thank you, at least I had my say.
Oh, yeah, 6, sorry, it's 2-6 it failed. Thank you very much, 2-6 it failed. Yeah, thank you, Alderman Reckelberg. Hey, if you're right, a clock is right twice a day, right? So you got one more time, you can be right today, Alderman Reckelberg. Any further discussion on the original motion now? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Anything else, Alderman Sitkowitz?
That completes our business this evening. The next personnel meeting is moved due to Labor Day. So we are meeting Thursday, the 4th of September at 5:30 in council chambers.
Thank you. We'll move then to the Public Infrastructure Committee, and Alderman Bill Schley is chair.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Before we move on to the clerk, I just want to say my piece real quickly. I was honored by you with the chairmanship of this committee this year. And I guess that was because I'd never been on the Public Infrastructure Committee before and didn't know as much as I thought I knew. And I've learned an awful lot. And most of what I learned was from committee member Jim Bry, who anytime I had a question about anything in the last 5+ years that I've been on this council, he was always there for me. And he was a great friend. And at our last PI meeting a few weeks ago, we were the first two here kind of, and he sat down and we sat and talked for a good 10 minutes just about our kids. Nothing about politics, nothing about national politics, nothing about anything but our kids. That's the kind of man he was. He was family first. And after that, the city of Manitowoc. He was the city of Manitowoc. And we talked about one other thing. And that was, he looked at me and said, "Geez, Bill, your hair's getting awful long." And I said, yeah, just as kind of a joke. I haven't cut it since I went on vacation in March. And I said, but I'm thinking of getting it trimmed back. He goes, "Oh God, no, don't." I said, "Why?" He says, "Just do it for me." If you know Jim, just look at his picture. You know what he meant. All right, the clerk has the documents.
Thank you.
We have document 567, which is STH 42 Washington and Calumet DOT Reconstruction Project Agreement for Sanitary Sewer Design. Committee returned same, recommending approval of pre-approved funds to be applied to the project.
Council, your pleasure on this report.
Move to approve the agreement.
Motion second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 568 is a stormwater management facility maintenance agreement for St. Francis of Assisi Grand Avenue. Committee returned same, recommending approval.
Council, your pleasure on this report.
Move to approve the agreement.
Second.
Motion and second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 571 is a Wisconsin DOT STP Urban Funding Program, cycle 2026 to 2031. Committee returned same, recommending permission to apply for the funding.
Council, your pleasure on this report.
Move to approve the request.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 573 is Manitowoc Football Club to utilize lot off Michigan Avenue for soccer. Committee returned same, recommending to approve DPI to work with club on takeover of field.
Council, your pleasure on this report.
Move to approve the request.
Second.
Motion and second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 574 is a deed restriction at Gravel Pit. Committee returned same, recommending approval.
Council, your pleasure on this report.
Move to approve the deed restriction.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 607 is amendment number 1 to task order number 24-02, City of Manitowoc and Strand Associates, Inc., pursuant to agreement for technical services dated December 1, 2023 for Rubik Field Dry Detention Basin and Grand Avenue Storm Sewer Improvements. Committee returned same, recommending to move forward with agreement.
Council, your pleasure on this report.
Move to approve the agreement/amendment.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 615 is a resolution for payment in lieu of on-site stormwater management for the Take 5 oil change development at South 42nd Street and South Frontage Road. Committee returned same, recommending to adopt the resolution.
Council, your pleasure on this resolution.
Boy, we were busy. Move to approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Anything else, Alderman Schley?
Nothing else at this time. Our next meeting is, I'm trying to get my calendar open, I'm using the wrong finger. September 3rd, right here in these chambers. It's initially scheduled for 5:30, but I may have to have a talk with the group about that time. I'll let you know if it changes. Thank you.
Sounds good, thank you. Move then to the Public Safety Committee, and Alderman Chad Beaman is chair.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The clerk has our documents.
Document 591 is a Safe Haven Baby Box Information Packet and Lease Service Agreement. Committee returned same, recommending to approve entering into the agreement.
Council, your pleasure on this report.
Move for the adoption of the committee's report.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. Alderman Schley.
Strange that I should be speaking on this, but I have a neighbor who, as a result of a Safe Haven Baby Box program in the state of Florida, of all places, he and his wife now have a child that they didn't have before. And he approached me and said he really wanted to speak tonight. Unfortunately, he was tied up, so I said, I'll do my best. And I can't think of a better program that the city of Manitowoc, specifically in this case, I believe that the fire department would be undertaking this. And I wholeheartedly support this program. I just wanted that on the record. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, then all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 609 is an ordinance to amend section 10.390 of the Manitowoc Municipal Code regulating parking prohibited North 20th Street between Michigan Avenue and New York Avenue. Committee returned same, recommending to adopt the ordinance.
Council, your pleasure on this ordinance.
Move for the adoption of the committee's report.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Document 610 is an ordinance to amend sections 10.170 and 10.210 of the Municipal Code regulating through intersections and three-way stop, South 8th Street and Columbus Street. Committee returned same, recommending to adopt the ordinance.
Council, your pleasure on this ordinance.
Move for the adoption of the committee's report.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Anything else, Alderman Beeman?
Yeah, no public safety meeting in September, so I believe the next meeting would be October 13th, right here.
Sounds
And Monday.
good. There is?
It's a special.
Oh, the special one?
We do have a special public safety meeting on, what's the date on that? 25th?
1 week from today?
25th.
Monday the
25th, there you go.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
thank you.
We have no plan commission documents, so that concludes our business. Is there any other business for the good of the order? If not, I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. We are adjourned.